Good afternoon, Jessica.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Jessica Hipulan Baruga. I'm 37 years old
Okay, I have few questions for you to answer, so let's start. Why do you want to work as a maid?
because I had already experienced as a maid.
Okay, why you choose Malaysia when there's a lot of other country?
Because the employer in Malaysia are good.
Okay, how are you qualified for this job?
Because I know already how to do all chores in the house.
Okay, may I know what is your educational level?
I'm third year college, Bachelor of Elementary Education, undergraduate.
Okay, what is your recent experience?
My recent experience is made in Singapore.
Okay, have you worked abroad before?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please tell me what place and how many years you worked for?
I'm stay in Jalan Tenteram, Singapore, and 4 years to Filipino family.
Okay, do you have experience of taking care of baby?
Yes, ma'am.
Whose baby you taking care of?
My Filipino employer.
Okay, how about elderly people?
No, ma'am, but I'm willing to learn.
Okay, do you have any other special skills?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please tell me what are your special skills?
Cooking, uh, taking care of babies.
Okay, are you willing to learn new skills?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you willing to work with a family where the mother-in-law or any relative stay together?
Yes, ma'am.
Currently, are you still working now?
No, ma'am.
Do you know how to cook?
Yes, ma'am.
What sort of food can you cook?
Malaysian food, Indian food, Filipino food, and Chinese food.
Okay, are you aware that you will have to do washing, cleaning, ironing, and cooking?
Yes, ma'am.
From all the house chores, which do you like most?
Cleaning the house and
Okay,
taking care of babies.
okay. If ever you were selected to work in Malaysia, who will take care of your kids?
My mother-in-law
Okay,
and my husband.
okay. You are not allowed to use handphone during working hours.
Yes, ma'am.
You are only allowed to use handphone after you finish all the works and going to bed.
Yes, ma'am.
You are strictly needed to surrender your handphone to your employer in the morning. Your employer and your employer will return back to you once you're going to bed.
Yes, ma'am.
If ever your employer finds out that you're abusing to use your handphone and it's affected your work performance, your employer will confiscate your handphone and you are not allowed to hold it anymore. Instead, your employer will allow you to call to your family 3 times in a month. You're only allowed to bring normal phone and you are not allowed to bring smartphone. Are you agreed for the terms and conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you agreed for the rules and regulation for the handphone?
Yes, ma'am.
How many years is the contract as you agreed and understand?
2 years, ma'am.
Okay, can you describe for me your ethics, your attitude?
Uh, I'm uh, I'm hardworking, ma'am.
Okay. How can you assure to us that you will work hard in Malaysia?
I do my best, ma'am.
Okay. Can you promise not to use the telephone without the permission of your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to put on makeup but to dress properly while work?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to invite friends and relatives without the consent of your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to ask for advance salary from your employer under any circumstances?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you really understand of the rules and regulation of the agency?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you pay any placement fee for you to come to Malaysia to work as a maid?
No, no, ma'am.
Do you have any history of sickness, example breast cancer or any other illness?
No, ma'am.
Do you suffer from any skin diseases, allergy or physical defect?
No, ma'am.
Have you suffered from any serious illness?
No, ma'am.
Have you undergone any operation?
No.
Are you medically fit?
Yes.
Are you on any medication?
No.
Are you on any medication?
Yes.
I repeat, are you on any medication?
No, ma'am.
Are you allergic with any food?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Are you prepared to work for the employer of any race?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you prepared to eat the type of food taken by your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you afraid of being left alone in the house?
No, ma'am.
Are you afraid of dogs or other pets?
No, ma'am.
Can you promise to work according to instruction from your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any immediate family working in Malaysia?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Jessica, we have finished our
Yes,
question
ma'am.
section. Let's go to case study. I have a case study
Yes.
for you and I want you to answer me
Yes.
truthfully. Okay? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
number 1. Upon arrival in Malaysia within 6 months, if ever any of your family members passed away, what will you do? Will you continue to work till finish your contract or you will go back?
I will continue my contract.
Okay, number 2. Tell us about yourself and why do you want to work in Malaysia as domestic helper?
I'm Jessica Baruga. Uh, I want to work in Malaysia to do my duties and responsibility to my employer, and I'm do my best.
Okay, Jessica. What do you want to tell the employer who watching your video right now?
Hi, ma'am. I hope you choose me, and I hope when I'm there, I hope you treat me as your own family.
Okay, Jessica. We will update to your agency if there's any selection made by the employer.